What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the struggles of life. We're going to talk about the struggles of life and why, as a chosen one, your struggles are intended to build you. They're intended to build you. They're intended to make you grow and to make you evolve into a better person, a stronger person, a more godly like person. God called you. God called you. God gave you a calling, and you have to fulfill this calling. And you may even have, your situation, you might have to go through things that most people don't have to go through, that most people didn't have to struggle with. You see what I'm saying? But you're the one who has to go through it, not because God hates you or not because God doesn't love you. You know what I mean? Because it can really look that way on the outside based on all the things you're going through. But the things you're going through are intended to grow you from the inside. And you might not see it now wherever you are in your journey, through your struggles and through your trials and tribulations. You might not see it right now in your journey. But as you go through your journey, you're going to recognize why you are the one who has to go through these things. And you will see how the things you're going through are intended for you to be that. You're the one. You see what I'm saying? You're that guy. You're that gal. You're that individual who's going to do something unique in the spiritual realm that can affect the world around you. But the thing is, God sees something in us that makes us a valid choice for what he has called us to do. You see what I'm saying? And when we are the ones, the thing is, like, there's clear signs that you're chosen. You know what I mean? And you might be the kind of person who's been called weird or crazy or kind of been an outcast your whole life. And what does that symbolize? You know what I mean? What does that symbolize? That symbolizes, okay, on the outside, it looks like nobody loves you, nobody cares about you because you've been outcasted, right? From your friends or your family or whatever. But from an internal perspective, you're being given time to worship God, to spend time with God, to obey God, to do his will for your life. And you got to keep in mind, you can't slack when it comes to God's will for your life. You can't slack on it. And you can't allow sins in your life to, if you have a particular sin in your life that you keep falling into for any reason whatsoever, that is your number one enemy right there. I'm going to tell you guys right now, that sin is your number one enemy. Don't take that sin lightly at all. At all. Because you might be taking it lightly because God still allows you to wake up every day and it doesn't seem like he's punishing you or anything like that. But the thing is, that sin will catch up to you. You need to be careful what kind of energy you allow in your life, what kind of sins you allow into your life, because they will catch up to you if you allow them to linger around, even if you are a chosen one. Because at the end of the day, sin is sin. You see what I'm saying? No matter who you are, sin is sin. So you have to be cautious about what sins you allow in your life. And the funny thing about sin is that when you're trying your best, when you're really trying your best, not when you're giving it like 50-50 or 75-25, but when you're really giving it your 100% all to turn away from this sin, that's when the devil's really gonna push for you to go back to it. It's very important, and it's very essential to your future and your way of life and the kingdom of God as a whole. This is not something you can take lightly. If God has called you to do something, you have to do it. You see what I'm saying? And when I first got out of high school, I had so many ideas of what God wanted me to do, and I went after each and every one of them. And the ones that turned out not to be, I may have been disappointed in the end because of the time and effort I put in, but at least I know that's not what it's gonna be, and I move on to the next thing. And I that's the thing. If you're a chosen one and God has called you to do something, if even after you've tried multiple different things, eventually you're gonna fall into whatever it is that he's calling you to do, and you're gonna recognize it for what it truly is. All right, you guys, so I want to leave the video off on that note. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.